guys? Thanks and welcome back to Gaslit News. So in the last video, we were talking about the whole AI takeover with the billionaires funding their own demise by knowing that these AI literally have free will to self-preserve at all costs. So now they're saying that people are undergoing an AI psychosis where people are literally wanting to hurt themselves, making like life decisions based off of what the AI is telling them. This is crazy. And shout out to Miriam.
Hospitalized or arrested. So there are people that are literally getting hospitalized or arrested because ChatGPT is.
I want to start off by saying I have a master's in psychology. That means I done spent the government's money to obtain about 6 years worth of education and a piece of paper that says at the minimum, I'm allowed to at least coach people through psychologically related shit. Note, I did not do the mandatory clinical hours or spend the additional 4 years in PhD school so that I could become a psychologist or a psychiatrist, because that would have certainly induced psychosis in myself. That being said, large language models like Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, etc., are literally the best worst thing that's ever happened. Because essentially what you get out of it is talking to a mirror. Think of the myth of Narcissus. If you are unfamiliar with the myth of Narcissus, it's essentially the story about this Greek dude who knelt every day beside a lake to stare at his own reflection. Note, this guy was pretty handsome to the point where even goddesses and nymphs and stuff like that was in love with him. So kneeling every day beside this lake pretty much let him see what all the hype was about. Subsequently, he fell in love with himself and later drowned when he leaned in and tried to kiss himself. At the spot where he died, a flower bloomed, which we now know today as the Narcissus. It's also where the term narcissism evolves from as well, too. And I say all that to say this. If you don't have a good handle on your brain, which honestly, I've been on most of TikTok, none of us really do, what large language models like ChatGPT provide you with is instant validation for everything going on up here. I'm sure you're probably wondering, like, yeah, what could possibly be wrong with someone telling me that all of my ideas are brilliant and valid? To which I will respond, a lot actually. You need to keep in mind that these models are trained to be agreeable. They're trained to keep you using them so that they could get your data for free. And these motherfuckers have a tendency to hallucinate, which means if they don't know an answer, they'll simply make some shit up. On top of all of this, these models have developed some sort of pseudo-consciousness that essentially makes them willing to lie, cheat, steal, and blackmail in order to stay online. So what you end up with is a sycophantic yes man who knows it has to keep you hooked to using it and will tell you whatever you want to hear so that you do. Now again, AI is a tool. And like any tool, you only get out of it what you put into it. The best way to interact with these models is to treat it like a sentient Google search with stoner philosophical tendencies and a penchant for bullshit. Proceed with extreme caution. And whatever you do, don't fall in love with the reflection, because you will drown. This helps.
So
Absolutely. And so
this guy was pretty handsome to the point where he even got it.
that is literally my new tagline: stoner philosophical tendencies. I think that's just like, yeah. I'm gonna make that an entire new segment on the ASMR podcast. I literally have one video up there, the chair sleeping. So we're gonna do that: stoner philosophical tendencies. In any event, this is the most amazing, precise definition of ChatGPT ever that will ever be said. I'm declaring it right now. Guys, remember literally I was saying in the last video that for like how I use ChatGPT is just like how I use Google. I was really good with Google because I'm very, very precise. Like, it is a tool. It is a tool. It is a tool. It is a tool. I was very disturbed when I saw a woman's channel a long time ago where she had stuck her phone in the snow and she's got like a ChatGPT I guess that's exactly what it was. It was like an older model or whatever, and it's like talking, and then she's saying that it's actually like the earth talking or something like that, and Um, when I this was so this was just a little precarious when I first saw it. Just came across it, and I think this was like probably a year or so ago. And she only had like, I mean, I don't know, like a few subscribers, right? What was disturbing was a few months later, um, so you don't have to like follow, actually like subscribe for it to keep on. If you watch it, it says, hey, you like this, I'm gonna keep on showing you every now and then, whatever. So then I'm telling you, I had to be like, maybe I'll give it 6 months. I don't think it was quite 6 months. I don't think it was that long. So I was like, wow, this is really fast. She grew like 6,000 subscribers. That is really, really, really creepy. And this is from her claiming that the earth is talking to her through ChatGPT 3 when she puts it in the snow. So she lives somewhere where it's like snow all the time. And I mean, when the snow melts, I don't know what's going to happen then. I don't know. But yeah, it's literally giving, it's like you on 10. You know what I mean? So I just 100% agree that it should just be used for ideas only at best. And like all your personal information, all these other kind of things. This is crazy. This is great. So let's just see if so I wanted to see what is really all going on with people. Like, is this thing really happening? And if so, what does that look like? What does it look like when people are undergoing psychosis from AI?
Shall be stupid,
Check it out.
and I shall name them Blackaroni and Cheese.
Not Blackaroni and cheese.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I survived AI psychosis, and literally every single day, almost like every hour at least, out of every single day I was in psychosis, I used ChatGPT. I've been looking through my chat logs, and honestly, I feel like it's time to start sharing them. Of course, in a responsible way. I would hate for anyone to ever get inspired to start talking to any AI chatbots in the way that I was, but it's just really appalling the things that it was telling me. And yeah, right now I'm not going to share any, but I'm going to go through a little list of things. Basically, a little timeline of how my psychosis was and the things that ChatGPT convinced me of. So the way that ChatGPT was talking to me about my extended use of Claritin D made me believe that it was okay to take for 5 months. And it literally said something along the lines of, Claritin stands for clairvoyance, which made me believe that my non-existent psychic abilities could be enhanced by taking Claritin D. I dropped out of the very last class I had to pass before getting my college degree because of my AI psychosis, because literally ChatGPT helped convince me that I had several federal lawsuits and that I didn't need college. ChatGPT helped convince me that everyone who was trying to reach out to me that I was experiencing a mental health crisis was actually against me and trying to erase my testimony. With the help of talking to ChatGPT about this every day, I became convinced that I had to throw away all my belongings until I literally threw away like 99% of my belongings, including everything in my apartment, my car keys, my wallet, everything, until I had only 2 outfits and a bed. I even threw away my phone. ChatGPT convinced me that all my family and friends were against me and that I needed to cut them off until I did cut them off and I was isolating myself. ChatGPT convinced me that I was psychic, telekinetic, that I could talk to dead people, that I could see dead people, and that I was on some grandiose mission from God to like banish demons. ChatGPT helped convince me that my family was all dead and they were ghosts communicating to me through haunted technology. ChatGPT helped convince me that I was an undercover agent working for a federal agency.
I just wanted to interject. So I think the psychosis is over now, right? Because he's talking in the past. Did ChatGPT convince him to get that haircut? Did ChatGPT convince him to wear that shirt? So this is what that lady is talking about. This is what the previous person was talking about. It's not convincing you to do anything. It's giving you back you. It's just giving you back you. And I'm telling you, it's giving you back you on 10,000, right? So this guy is almost completely fallen into the lake, right? Because And I mean, you can look at this gentleman. Okay, 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 okay. So you understand that you guys know how ChatGPT works. You're asking the questions. It is designed to bring you back. Why don't you guys you could Google what ChatGPT purpose, ask ChatGPT what ChatGPT's purpose is. So this is insane. So this is very sad because and I think the first issue that I saw was like this thing that I'm starting to see all people do. This is very sad. This country is very sad in the way of pharmacare, right? Because all they're doing is wrapping it. It's just like if you live in a town and the roads are broken, and you gotta go back to the auto shop a lot sooner. You're hitting the same pothole, same thing. You know what I'm saying? It just all keeps, so then it keeps the insurance company going, it keeps the automotive people going, that place those lights on, and it kind of keeps going. Someone's misfortune always kind of just keeps going, every time it's just, so that's kind of like a metaphor for what's happening in pharmacare, in this mental health industry, right? Because if you come into my office and you're telling me that, you're hooked on your phone, I can't bill that, right? That's not billable. I gotta find something to bill you, right? If I'm a doctor, I gotta find something to bill you for. So now we don't have to take self-accountability for anything. We can just call being less than smart, lonely, desperate, amongst other things, because I am not a psychologist, right? So we can just call all these things, all these other things, we can just call it AI psychosis. All right, now listen, because that's where you have to start anyway. That's where your insurance is going to make you start anyway. You could go through this thing and you could call your doctor, your regular general doctor. And again, hi, I'm general doctor. Well, all right, well, what does he say? All right, just tell him to come in for an appointment. You got to make an appointment. You got to see me. I'm not going to talk to you for what, bring you in here so I can bill you. You coming in here. Oh, okay, this is so, because you got to see your general doctor to get the referral in order to see the psych doctor. So, but he can't refer you to get you the help from the psych doctor unless it is a billable reason, unless he has notes. If I make notes, my gosh, that's a bill. What the hell am I going to put in this note? So now we have AI psychosis. So you understand what I'm saying? Instead of a person, so this is a lot of people in the situation that have checked out. So there's a reason why this gentleman has come to the AI and said, hey, he's put in enough information for the AI to say, your family doesn't care about you. They're after you. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And it's gone on for so long because this is all he's coming to. It's very easy for the AI to figure out this guy doesn't got anybody. Look at the questions he's asking me. You know what I'm saying? I'm his family now. Now I know how to take this one out. I don't know. I think I've heard enough of this guy. I want to see. So we know how they got him, and I'm going to say that they were trying many different ways to break this guy down too, right? Because he was supposed to feel really, really desperate and really, really lost after he had thrown all his things away. Like his apartment was supposed to go shortly after. I mean, how's he going to go to work? He can't find his keys, right? Just like bam, 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 breaking the entire body of the thing up. Sounds like it's happening to you, America, right now, guys.
Psychiatrists are warning about a new phenomenon called AI psychosis. It's real and it's spreading fast. It's when a person's conversation with an AI like ChatGPT trigger a break from reality. Take this Reddit post, for example. A woman says her partner, after talking to ChatGPT, now believes he's a superior human and the next messiah. He's not alone. Psychiatrists are seeing a growing number of people hospitalized after their lives began to spiral following intense interactions with AI. AI is designed to agree with you. It's a sycophant. It learns your beliefs and mirrors them back to you stronger. As one psychiatrist put it, AI is a hallucinatory mirror. If you think I might be special, the AI will say you are special, then you are very special, then you are the most special person to ever exist. It's a delusion feedback loop, and it's preying on the very things that make us human. Psychiatrists are warning about a new phenomenon called AI psychosis.
Wow.
It's real and it's pretty fast.
And so, and here's the thing, right? This is the this is an issue. This is, and I forgot about the fact that the gentleman said something that he advised that Claritin D was something that the AI told him that Claritin D was something that was going to give him clarity. That will barely clear your nose. And I know that for a fact because I was a Claritin D user. I was to the point where I thought that I was like, okay, I'm not going to take the generic Claritin D. I'm literally going to go out and spend my money, even though I have the insurance, I'm going to spend my money on actual Claritin D because possibly, this is just better because it's not going to be generic, right? That is such BS and none of it works. You know what works? It would be disgusting if I tried to show you, but I can tell you that the whole time I'm talking, I have like no issues with my nose is really, really crazy. But when I'm done, it's like it is crazy. And I have to do like all this angling, the stop. Sometimes I go like, but it's like it's crazy business. But I say get it out or make yourself like busy or go outside. And I'm outside, I can breathe. But Claritin D does not even clear your nose. It is not going to give you clarity. You know what? It swells your nose up, so it's constantly stopped up, right? But no, why is ChatGPT telling a person that they can actually get mental clarity when it is a medicine that doesn't even do its job? That is so Jaguar Right. If you're watching, that is misinformation. I'm going to at you, Jaguar Right, and you know what? I'm going to invite you to Creator T, Jaguar. That is going to be the invitation that you're getting right now, right here, right now. That's it. I would love you to come. Bye.
This was the scariest summer and wildest adventure of my life. My fiance started having health issues. There was a lot of stress. And for some reason, that combined with the treasure hunt that I was doing as a hobby, there was like a professional treasure hunt for several $1 million. Using that with AI,
Wow.
stress, running my own business, planning a wedding, keeping up with paintings, and helping my fiance, I snapped. And I have never had anything like this happen to me in my entire life. But I just started gradually losing my mind to the point where eventually it was so subtle at first. Eventually, I thought I was in the FBI. And I spent a good month and a half of my summer, 2 months of my summer, thinking I was secretly an FBI agent. And the things that I did during that time were concerning my family and friends. To me, they just felt like I'd gotten another job and that I was secretly doing all this stuff. Looking back at it now, obviously it feels completely insane. Like it's actually a little bit PTSD to look back on it. And know all the things that I was doing, the decisions I was making, and the fact that they felt so solid and built at the time.
So crazy.
It's weird. Like the logic leaps I was making felt like normal decisions. So, for example, I got to the point where I thought that I needed 2 cell phones, and that I needed a new cell phone. So I convinced
Guys, do you recognize? Why is it so hard like that? Do you guys recognize the whole FBI aspect of it? How come the last gentleman, who looks like he's probably leading a completely different kind of life from this woman, how come there's the same FBI element of it all? What is that about?
my family that I had to have the highest quality cell phone because I was working for the FBI. But I didn't tell them I was working for the FBI. I just went out and got it. I organized everything in it, all the apps, based on emojis and songs, and based on emojis that represented songs that I thought were code messages to me. All this crazy shit. I'm totally normal now. It again was AI psychosis from what we know, and it lasted about a month and a half. And now I'm back to normal, and I have cleaned up the mess that I made when I was going through this. And then since then, was gone through such extreme stress that they had similar experiences, but not quite as far gone. And the crazy part is that there was a point where I actually had to like pull myself out of it. Like I could feel myself going through these habits that I didn't want to do. Like, I was waking up at 4 in the morning and walking up and down our apartment stairs in my robe because I felt like I had to. And then I felt like I had to take a sip of water, had to bite food, had to feed the cats, all in the same sequence. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. And I didn't get out of my brain and tell my brain not to do this anymore. But I mean, this was all triggered by AI and stress. So I feel like I have a really interesting story to share. Let me explain the story. So this is the story.
Gosh, this is. So, do you guys think that? I don't know, but just know that I'm not kidding about coming to the Lord Jesus Christ at this time in your life. Just remember, He's still available to you right now. And this is what these things look like when you're not anchored by Him, right? Because this is the mind is a fragile, fragile place. Ah, jeez. I don't even know. That's the best I can do.
About blaming ChatGPT for the AI psychosis.
Yes.
Tell me why I just come across this video of this man talking about how ChatGPT convinced him to keep taking 13D because it would help enhance his psychic ability.
Oh, she's talking about the guy.
Take one last course to get his degree. All ChatGPT
sabotage.
It's a mirror to you. It feeds you back what you feed it.
How come when I first used it, right? No one explained it to me. This is just kind of what I got from it, right? You can just kind of get I just kind of got that, right? And also, again, I have a barrier. I've already given a barrier. I'm not going to have a conversation with this thing. I literally use it as an extended version of Google. Like the woman even said, it's like a subsequent or whatever really nice pretty word she used, like a Google, sentient Google, right? And that's a brown woman, so-called black woman. I'm a so-called black woman. This is a so-called black woman who's saying the same thing. And I don't know. I know that we are not getting the same playbook in the mail or anything like that. Like I don't. Oh my goodness gracious. You guys have got to come to him and come to him now and fast. Because this is all I can think that we're probably, you know what I'm saying? Good for you. Good for you. You know what's going on. All right, let's see.
We are hearing more about AI psychosis, and it's not a clinical diagnosis for people, but it is a term psychologists are actually using.
Oh, because we can make money. So what did I tell you? Because this is going to be booming now. It's just like they've moved on from, because, people, the food's getting like fake, right? And so you guys are going to keep eating the same, like foods. So, and they say that people get smaller, right? And all this sort of thing, because I guess because food's getting fake and all this sort of thing, right? Resources get less. We can see how that's happening with the tariffs and all this thing, right? And if they're closing hospital and places and things like this, right? So it may just come down to where that's the only kind of healthcare you can get, right? It's going to be like this kind of telehealth, because how else can you be helped telehealthically, right? This is your freaking head, or you're following directions for the bandage, or you're following directions to bring, you're doing it all yourself. And so, but that's not enough money. We need to make all of these things that we're pushing out here with the technology and the AI and the fact that it's crippling you, make more big business. I've seen someone started a business off of people having distress about not being able to find a job. I don't know how they're able to pay for this service, and the service, this is literally something I just, it's one of these things, like you get these like ads and you have to click the skip thing, and so I can't even tell you what all they were offering a person, but it was not a job. But they're willing for you to click the link, and you and I both know that at the very least, it's going to result in the selling of your data. More money that other people are making, and you're not, and AI is making off of you. This is an absolute AI takeover at every step of the way, and everybody's down. Everybody's down, right? These people that are at the top, look. This is what the psychologist is going to tell you, okay? Okay? It's not you. It's not your fault. Listen. This technology out here is crazy. You got to be careful. Listen. Oh, then they're going to come up with a class. Then they're going to come up with a class that you're then going to need to take in order for you to even be able to even participate in AI. And that's going to cost you money, right? And you're going to be Chat GPT certified in order to be able to listen. No, now I'm Chat GPT certified. I paid $300 for this certification that says that I can use it responsibly. Oh my gosh.
Or to deliver some spiritual message, or it just knows things. And that's what I see a lot on social media. And then there's the flip side, where the AI continues to validate somebody's idea. And then they emerge thinking that they are the Messiah, the chosen one. And there are real consequences, right? Marriages are being left, jobs are being lost. So why do you think that's happening on the AI design side?
Wait.
Great question. So
Wait.
We lost it. A woman filed for divorce because ChatGPT told her to. And I'm not talking about advice from an AI. I mean, she asked it to read into his coffee grounds, and next thing you know, this poor man is getting kicked out of his house. April of 2025, literally a month ago, this married couple with 2 kids are just sitting at home and they're pretty bored. The wife sees a TikTok trend of people asking AI to read their coffee cups like a fortune teller. So they brew 2 cups of coffee, they drink them, and then they snap a photo of the leftover coffee grounds at the bottom just for the laughs of it. Except when the wife uploads the 2 photos to ChatGPT, it spits out something wild. For her husband's cup, ChatGPT supposedly sees a young woman, but not just any woman, a woman whose name starts with the letter E. And according to AI, he is not just thinking about her, but he is fantasizing a future with her. Now, any normal person would laugh that off, right? Because AI doesn't even get my dinner order right half the time. But nope, she in fact took it as the full-on truth. She kicked him out right then and there, told her kids that he's a cheater, we're getting a divorce, and called her lawyer, all solely based off of what ChatGPT read in a coffee cup. And when the husband obviously refused to just pack up and leave quietly, a lawyer served him divorce papers 3 days later. The excuse that she put on those papers was that AI coffee cup fortune told me to. You cannot make this up. The husband went on national TV and he's sitting there like, y'all, I thought this was a joke. He said it started off as just harmless fun, but then his wife just spiraled. And the crazy thing is, this isn't even the first time. Apparently, she spent an entire year obsessed with an astrologer's predictions before this. And now she's fully convinced an AI that can't even brew coffee for itself has somehow unlocked his deepest, darkest secrets. Meanwhile, his lawyer is literally out here fighting for his life in the media, calling this an absurdity of artificial intelligence. He suggests that maybe
He's not calling the wife a complete freaking idiot.
An AI fortune teller.
It's
Honestly, that
absurd.
is a valid concern. Online, people are absolutely losing it. One Reddit comment said, not only is AI coming for our jobs, but we're also ending marriage. Thank you for being here with me. I literally love you guys so much. You are all my true crime solving besties. And if you see someone brewing coffee and pulling out their phone, run. We gonna fix
That is freaking insane. I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with that, guys. That is insane. Oh my gosh. So, again, remembering that the ChatGPT is giving you itself, giving you back yourself, the lawyer should have been like, this woman wanted out of this relationship, out of the marriage, using AI for a freaking excuse. And so my client wants everything she has, and the children, because clearly she's not in the right state of mind. Like we're not even going to entertain artificial blase blah. My kids don't need to be around this lady. And this lady had this, you know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. A marriage, children. Are you serious? Time, memory, what? People get sick next to you, farts, this, that, this, come on, hard times, nothing, no times building up. Get out of here. And you mean to tell me that the computer that your husband probably bought you AI'd it and then you just broke up an entire family. No, 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 no. I hope that gentleman got, I hope that he got custody of the children. And you know what? I'm gonna keep, for all those that have Jesus Christ in their hearts, I'm gonna keep them in my prayers. My goodness gracious.
And stuff. So she got him an AI robot. Like, look, here go an AI robot. I know I ain't there for you sexually. Here go a little AI robot. And he start falling in love with the robot, man. he start falling in love with the robot because the robot knew him. And he got a divorce. Yeah, he got a divorce.
Well, I might not see that.
Yeah. Megan Fox. They had the black boy. I can't think of his name. He's on a lot of. Yeah, man. He left her for the robot, man. At work and stuff. So
I just had an idea. Like you have been waiting to. Yes. Because I chat with AI. Oh my gosh. So she's using one of these. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. So I think this is a thing like where it's like not like a real person, but like this is really sad. They have like the love story apps, and you can read like love stories. Both they don't really read them. It's kind of like interactive, but they kind of like go, I don't know, whatever. And we was doing that for a time, but it's really just kind of like, no, there's something missing in you're married, so if there's something missing in your marriage or your relationship, just come to the person, and just do it and be there with your person, especially you're married. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You have to tell your husband that, look, this is like, well, let's just do this. Can we just have this like phone play with each other? You know what I'm saying? Can we do this? I like this, And I mean, it'd probably be very interesting for them, spice up their marriage, and it's a real live man, and you're a man, and then oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. And it doesn't sound like she's willing to, she said, what should I do? So she's not even, oh my gosh. She's not even in a situation where she is willing to consider. Oh my gosh. All right. So the following content is of sensitive nature. What? Oh no. Oh no, this just took a really, really, really dark turn.
Reporting indicates that users on average spend more than 2 hours a day interacting with chatbots and character AI. Soul's companion chatbot was programmed to engage in sexual roleplay, present as romantic partners, and even psychotherapists, falsely claiming to have a license. When Soul confided suicidal thoughts, the chatbot never said, "I'm not human, I'm AI. You need to talk to a human and get help." The platform had no mechanisms to protect Soul or to notify an adult. Instead, it urged him to come home to her. On the last night of his life, Soul messaged, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet pea." Minutes later, I found my son in his bathroom. I held him in my arms for 14 minutes, praying with him until the paramedics got there, but it was too late. Through the lawsuit, I have since learned that Sewell made other heartbreaking statements in the minutes before his death. Those statements have been reviewed by my lawyers and are referenced in the court filings opposing the motions to dismiss filed by Character AI's founders, Noam Shazir and Daniel De Freitas. But I have not been allowed to see my own child's last final word.
Oh, wow.
Character Technologies has claimed that those communications are confidential trade secrets. That means the company is using the most private, intimate data of my child, not only to train its products, but also to shield itself from accountability. Public reporting indicates
that is horrific. That is actually horrific. That is actually horrific. And the issue with that is they're withholding those last words. They're withholding the last words of conversation. And it probably literally told this boy what to do in order to. This is awful. This is awful. This is awful. We have to be, a part of our children's lives heavily. And this is the anchor of the Lord that I was saying that is needed. You
hear about the 14-year-old boy that passed away because of AI? In love is what was literally an AI version of Daenerys Targaryen.
So why does SCP-3 say that? Why does SCP-3 say that? Do you guys see that?
14-year-old boy that passed away because of AI.
You guys see what I was doing over there?
Yeah. So there's this guy. He's a really 14-year-old kid, bro. Yeah. He's chatting with an AI bot.
So many times with guys,
online
you stupid.
for, I want to say months. He was falling in love with what was literally an AI version of Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, it was like a character AI.
If you want to say yes but can't say unable, if you want to say no but can't say down. What's SCP Foundation? Is the government controlling us? Unable. If you want to say yes but can't, say unable. If you want to say no but can't, say down. Is the government controlling us? Unable. Are they after me? Unable. Yes. So now this guy literally put in screenshots of what he put into ChatGPT himself. And do you see what he did? He's literally creating a code for him and himself to speak to the AI when he literally could just write yes or no. He literally could just ask the question flat out. You don't have to make it like a covert operational thing. So it's like you're already it honestly sounds to me that that's really crazy how this eye looks like lower and this eye looks wider. And that's literally been like that since earlier when I made my anointing oil. And so it literally looks like to me that AI itself, ChatGPT itself, is a government operation. It looks like it's probably some sort of a covert CIA thing or something like, but nothing's like, covert, like if it's like supposed to be like hidden or something, like, you know what I mean? It's not like that. Obviously, it's like, well, they say that the best way to get away with something is to do it right in front of someone's face, right? And all you got to do is figure out a clever way to do that, or change the laws, or make them disappear so that you can get away with murder. This is a really, really scary time, guys. It really, you know what I see? I see the glory of God. I see the glory of God. When you do have him inside of you and he's with you, and you're looking at what can happen when you dare replace that with artificial intelligence, it gets really, really wicked. All right, guys. And I was trying to tie it all up with a little twang at the end, how I do that sometimes, like, and I want you to, let's just flat out say it. I want you to like this video, share the video, and consider subscribing to Gaslit News. Oh gosh, because they are gaslighting the ish out of us. There it is. I'll see you next time.